Hello, this is my first video for a little while. I've actually been away in Turkey, and one of the places I visited that you can see here is called Karahan Tepe, which is a very, very special site. Here you can see a pit. There's various speculations, and you see sort of a wall that you can sit on, and you can't see it very well. There's a snake actually etched onto that pile of stones, which may not have originally been there, but seems to be a continuation of that. We've got a big plinth, and at the bottom another plinth. I suspect this would have been full of water. Certainly in the winter time it would have been, because at that time when this was built, which is roughly around 10,000 to 9,000 estimates, it would have been wetter. See, you have a little channel that ran into this area where you can see what looks like a snake head, and these are very phallic tea objects. And there's the channel shaped like a snake that runs into it, which liquid may have been poured in from. Again, this probably would have been full of water during the winter time. And interestingly, the head that you just saw, you can see it again now, that is illuminated at the sunrise on the winter solstice, coming through a little round hole at the end there. So here we are back outside. You've got various little bits of cans and flat areas of unknown usage, and you've got quite a lot of sort of cup marks and indentations which have been cut into the stone, and a few T-pillars lying around there. You can see one there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of this cloth which is sort of has a texture a bit like cotton wool, left by the archaeologists. No, Karahan Tepe, which is in the Sanhurfa region of southeastern Turkey, just above Syria. There this is. It was discovered in 1997. And in fact, we had the good fortune to meet the family who own the land and talk to one of them. But it wasn't excavated till 2018 and it's still in progress. You can see there's more cloth there. So what's going on underneath the cloth, we don't know. Here you can see another T-pillar and a rather phallic looking upright there. Again, more stuff that's hidden. As you can see, bits are cordoned off with string left by the archaeologists. And of course, we were very careful not to walk into any of the areas that are still being excavated. And you can see that stone was being propped up with a piece of wood. So as I'm walking around the site, you can see the main enclosure, the largest area, and on the periphery you've got various little areas, more in some cases broken T-pillars, as you can see. That is possibly some kind of water container, stone urn, who knows. This is less famous than Göbekli Tepe, which until recently had been thought to be the oldest human temple in existence. As you can see, we zoom in, you can see some of the animal shapes on the large T-pillars. But anyway, it would appear that Karahan Tepe is slightly older, and in recent years there's been more sites found again which are as old as 13,000 years old. So again, the timeline is being moved further backwards and backwards. Another broken T-pillar you can see there. Unfortunately you can't see what's underneath these blankets. You see more bits of pillar lying around. Very different from Göbekli Tepe, which has been tidied up and is now open fully to the public, with an interpretive centre and all that. So this is actually a dig still in progress. But these ideas about people being savages back in the Neolithic period, at the beginnings of agriculture, you can see that they were far from being savages. They were able to build these sophisticated structures. So they certainly weren't savage. We can only really guess exactly what the significance of these are, but from a lot of the symbolism here, you can see there's definitely animal cults, and in this particular place, Karahan Tepe, you find a lot of serpents drawn on the stones. As I mentioned, where the video started, there was a very long serpent drawn on the side of it, along sort of what appeared to be a sitting area. And then the head itself had a very sort of serpentine feel to it. This particular stone, when you get to see the sides of it, you'll see there is again a serpent figure drawn on it. This is the largest stone in the whole site, which, as you can see, is a bit damaged and is being held together with some kind of, I suppose, I wouldn't call it tape. As you can see, there's very clearly a snake on the front of it. As you can see, it's badly cracked, which is why it's being held up that way. And various others here, again, unfortunately covered up, being propped up with pieces of wood. And more bits that have been discarded. And the pillar here has been covered over with a piece of wood for some unknown reason. Broken off one there. So I guess at some point they will try and put the broken ones back together and sort of guess the sort of exact locations of where the scattered ones actually should be. So here we've got a close-up, and as we're swinging round, you can see the entire site going back up onto the hill. You get a feel for the whole area, and swinging round you can see the cairn at the top of the hill, and just there to the right, this is another excavation, probably from the Roman period, I was told. So there you go.